I feel today? Ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! And don't do that! And don't do that!
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's hunt now! Let's hunt now! Let's go! Let's hunt! We made it! And don't do that! And don't do that!
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yap, 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 yap. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin strap. It's embarrassing. Yap, 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 yap. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You ought to make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We made it! And don't do that! And don't do that! It's a wrap. Game over.
Oh, this game ain't over at all. It is just getting started right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E and broadcasting live on BS3 TV. I don't have my BS3 logo up there. Oh, that's right. I had to take it off yesterday because of the number of people that had to be in the shot for Coach Johnny Cole as he did the HBCU stroll with his entire family. Man, what a great show. What a great show. Doing a great job. Got to give him a lot of love. Hey, if you're interested in getting a show on streaming platforms like, Roku, FireTV, Amazon Prime, and others, get at me. Get at me. Just get at me. Say, yo, I got a show idea. Make it about 30 minutes long and get at me because I've got a platform for you. All right. So without further ado, man, it's Talk Your Team Tuesday. And, these Golden State Warrior fans want to talk their team. And I don't know. I guess he's one of the biggest Golden State Warrior fans in the business. So I got to get him on. My brother like no other. It is none other than Snowman. What's up, B? How you doing, man?
I am doing well, my friend. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for being on, man. Let me give you a little bit of what was. Hold on. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. What was all this about right here? What was all?
Every so once in a while, you gotta remind yourself.
You gotta remind
yourself. We got four.
And then your boy out there knocking folks down and stuff, man. What was all that about, man? Can't y'all celebrate in peace? Why all the violence?
Because everyone doubted who the Warriors were, basically. You included.
Who, me? Me?
Yeah, you.
I was with the Warriors the whole time. I said at the beginning of the preseason that the Warriors going to win it all.
Don't you ever in life, from one parent to another, don't you ever tell that lie again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I stand corrected. We got Snowman from Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson joining us. Where you at, man? You in Carolina? You on the East?
I'm in Indiana for the time being.
Got you. man, all I can say is congratulations, man. I didn't think they could do it. I thought the Boston defense was going to be too much. I thought the young guns from Boston was going to show the semi-old dudes how to do it, and it was anything but that. So talk about it, man. It's Talk Your Team Tuesday. Talk your team, Snowman.
It goes like this, and we spoke about this yesterday on the phone. Ric Flair had the best phrase: "To be the man, you have to beat the man."
True that.
To be the champs, you now have to beat the champs. Now, Boston beat the previous champs in Milwaukee in a grueling 7-game series.
Yeah.
They didn't realize they had this Golden State Warrior team waiting on them after Game 3. Because when Game 4 happened and Steph dropped that 43-point performance, not only was it the game, it was the series.
Yeah. I got to say, you're right. That and when Golden State was able to win Game 5 without Steph hitting a 3 for the first time, like 130 some odd games.
233 games.
If you can't beat Golden State when Steph doesn't hit a 3, then you're going to lose. You're going to lose. And
the greatest part about that game, what was the old mantra for Golden State? Strength in numbers.
Right.
The bench rode to the rescue for the Golden State Warriors. Steph had an off game. He was off.
Yeah.
But everybody else wasn't.
Right.
Draymond Green at 100 miles an hour is better than anyone else at 75 miles an hour, Jason Tatum included, because Draymond Green helps initiate the offense. And for those of you that think Steph Curry is not a point guard, think again.
Yeah.
Look at how Draymond, and to a point, Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole distributed the ball in this series. Yeah. If you know nothing else about this Golden State dynasty, it goes like this. If they have at least 25 assists in a game, you're done.
Snowman, I can't do nothing but let you have your way today, bro. I can't do nothing but let you have your way today. I got no rebuttal. I got no rebuke. I got nothing, but man, it's your day. I seriously thought that this Golden State Warrior team didn't have enough. I was so wrong. And as I look back and I look at the similarities between this team and the team that won it without Kevin Durant, let me tell you something. This team had, a lot of similarities, man. That bench was similar. The starters and the way that they played and the way that they fed off each other was similar. The role players were similar, and obviously the coaching, was similar because, they were down 2-1 and had to make some adjustments. Steve Kerr got it figured out, and he did that again this year. So what can I say? But you are the champions of the world.
Well, 2015, the main adjustment that Steve Kerr made was starting Andre Iguodala, and that was for defensive purposes.
Right.
You know what Steve Kerr did in this series? He inserted Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney was huge for Golden State, especially at the tail end of Game 4 when Draymond had an off game. Games 5 and 6, Draymond was back to being Draymond, distributing the ball, running it down their throat, being, as my partner Cole Johnson says, an irritant for the other team. Let me give you a stat that epitomizes this series. Jason Tatum shot 24% from 2-point range. When one of your star players is not hitting from 2-point range, you got problems.
Absolutely. So people talk about the big three for Boston being Tatum, Brown, and I guess it's Smart or Horford, whichever one you want to put in there. When the number one of your big three is shooting 24% from 2, you're in trouble.
From 2.
Yeah, you're in
trouble. From 2.
Yeah, you're absolutely in trouble. We got to take a quick break. For those who don't know, I've been running the ad about the Cinematic Affair being sold out. They loved y'all so much they put in an extra show. Let me take a quick break. Me and my brother will be right back right after this on the lunch break, powered by JM&E.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
All right, man, we're back here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. And I've been telling them, Snowman, that they got to download the BS3 TV app on your Roku streaming device, and they'll thank me later. They'll thank me later. Just click on down the dial, brother. You're going to hit some good content.
They'll thank both of us later because your show follows mine, because Cole and I have it from 7 to 11 Eastern, 7 to 11 Central, and then an hour later, you fill in after that. So we're like the dynamic trio, man. I love it,
brother.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I love that too, man. Because I love that BS3 and Ben Sutters III, man, puts a lot of faith in us by allowing us to run the prime times on his network. So, man, that's an honor and a privilege. It's an honor and a privilege.
And to have that, and to have the morning show, I've had people tell me, you can't get syndicated because no one's going to give up their morning slot for you. Okay, screw them. I'll use the internet to make $1 billion. I don't care. This is the 21st century, man.
Thank you, man. I keep telling people I love our logo, or slogan, if you will, changing the way you view TV. Because people think that you got to do it the old traditional way. I'm not begging ABC for nothing, CBS,
nope.
NBC,
nope.
Definitely not begging Fox. And people are like, oh, you say that now, wait till they make you a big offer. Brother, I'm telling you, man, I'm very, very comfortable where I am. So,
you and I think so much the same, and Cole the same way. Independence rules.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I got to thinking, and I must shout out my beautiful wife, Jody. She looked me in the eye after I got home from the hospital. She looked me in the eye and says, "Who says you can't make $1 billion over the internet with your show? You have the hook. You have the snowman hook. Use it."
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm using it. And thank you to Ben Sutters and the BS3 TV network, and those of you that check out the show on Roku, and those of you who check out the audio version of the show. I decided that I'm from Chicago, so I watched a lot of Bulls games back in the day with Jim Durham and Johnny Kerr.
Yeah.
I go old school with the simulcast. Because people get on a roll, and they get moving, and they're like, where can I pick up your show? And the views on my YouTube channel are starting to pick up.
Good.
And I absolutely adore that. It's being, and you will agree with this because you've done it for a long time. It's about being authentic and being yourself, man. It's about being yourself.
Yep. I've told people that a long time. Well, why don't you do it like this? Why don't you do it like that? Yo, man, all I can do is do me. People know where to get that. And I want them to go get that where that is. But if they want this, if they want the real, the raw, the emotional, the passionate, then I got that for you.
That's us.
Yeah,
that's us, man.
Away from, I'm going to get dead smack in the middle of. So,
man, and you know what sports talk has become? It's become so it's become so PC.
Yeah.
Not us.
Yeah, nah, bro.
Not us.
I used to do that thing, but I don't do it like that.
Hey, listen, when it paid the bills, I stepped into that murky water too of being PC. But then again, I got back. You know what? That's not me. Yeah. It's not who I am. The tagline of my show: the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold hard facts. That's all you need.
That's it. That is it. Now, okay, so you're from Chicago. Tell us a little bit about your Snowman. originally from Chicago, north
Mhm.
side, east side, west side, south side. What part of
I'm
Chicago?
a South Sider to my heart.
Okay, okay. My dad went to Westinghouse High School.
Westinghouse Warriors.
Okay,
Know them
okay.
well.
Yeah, yeah. All right. And how did you end up doing Snowman? Your show.
On a dare. Someone dared me to get my opinions out there because I'm always expressing them with friends. And I said, you know what? That's an idea. So I started an afternoon show. It didn't flow the way I wanted to. And when you're homeless and you're struggling,
Mm,
you try to do your show in a couple of places.
mhm.
And I must admit, I'm a full-time Starbucks fiend, and they loved me doing my show there. I tried it at a Subway, and they kicked me out.
Oh no.
And I said, to hell with this. I got to come up with something else. So October 1st, 2013, I didn't even have a title.
Mm.
What I did have was a mixer, a headset mic, and a computer. And I figured out Winamp. I figured out Shoutcast. I said, I'm gonna try this. Let's see what happens. And I went from 7 to 8 Central Time. And then the second day I did the show, there was the title, Snowman in the Morning. Because I was a big fan of Mike and Mike in the Morning for the
Yeah.
longest time.
Yep.
And I said, you know what? They're the standard. Let's go get them.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel the same way right now. Calling count any morning show that thinks they have the morning slot sealed up. Here comes the Snowman and his crew.
Brother.
And I plan to turn this into 8 figures, not 7, 8.
Do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. And I love
Mhm.
it. How'd you and Cole Johnson meet?
Cole and I met over Facebook,
Okay.
and I've had him as a frequent guest. And I've had many people, want to be my partner, my radio partner on the show. I had someone suggest that um, I have a radio partner on the show. He said, you can't keep doing the show solo. Look, I've been doing the show solo before you decided to open your mouth.
Right, right.
But then the more I talked to Cole and the more we connected, it's like, he's it.
Yeah.
He's the perfect partner.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew it was him.
Yeah, you guys have great chemistry. Your personalities, your takes, your approaches, your demeanors, it all works, man. It's all good chemistry.
And when he has a fabulous show, Cole Sports on the Daily, and y'all check out at Cole_sports. When he did an email about DeMarcus Cousins back in 2018 after Cousins signed with the Warriors, I was sold. I was absolutely sold. And like I said, the more we talked, the more it's perfect. And it really was perfect when I went in for my surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Cole, take the chair until I get well. And I thought it would be only like a week. Boy, I'm glad I was wrong there, because that night, April 4th, I remember getting oxygen that morning.
Wow.
And I saw my wife, and then I got the anesthesia. And the next thing I knew, it was 6:15 in the evening, and I'm being wheeled into ICU. I see my wife, I see my daughter, I see my in-laws, and my brain goes, okay, I'm still here. Everybody's here. I'm going back to sleep.
Wow. Wow. How long were you out, man? How long were you off the show? I know you're back now.
A little better than 2 months.
Wow.
And that includes like extra visits to the hospital and the extra visits to ER. I really didn't get back into it full time, I would say, until top of this month, when I really, really, really felt it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the interesting thing, is people don't realize, man, that there's a mortality to this. There's things that happen that make us realize this ain't gonna be forever,
Right.
and gotta enjoy and make the most of it right now, where we can afford to be trying to do what everybody else thinks we should do, and how we should
Exactly.
do it, and be what people think that we should be. my takes are as good as Stephen A. Smith's or anybody else.
Your
My
takes are better. I'm
is
going to go ahead and throw this out. I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. Your takes are better because they're true, because they're raw, and because they're not, what's the word I'm looking for? Scripted.
yeah. And I appreciate that, brother. I don't take anything that you say compliment or advice or anything lightly because, even at this stage of my career, I got to learn. I got to learn. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where I can
Thank
see
you.
people who, been doing this with big platforms, what have you. If they're not still trying to learn, they're just really wasting time, man. It's just really regurgitation. And I'm sorry, I don't want to eat somebody else's stuff that they've already eaten. So
And it's no good anyway.
right, there's no
It's no good anyway.
there's nothing in it of value. So that's why the Snowman in the Mornings, the Cole Johnsons, the other shows that we have on the network, and just other colleagues that we have, man, we are as necessary as anybody else out there. And it's not that we're tearing down the Stephen A. Smiths or the Colin Cowherds or the Shannon Sharps or what have you. It's not that we're tearing down. I'll call anybody out if they did wrong.
As a matter of fact, I have a very, very dear friend, Rod Peterson, who's up in Saskatchewan. I discovered his show when I was down in North Carolina, and I got hooked. So I reached out to him and I said, Rod, I'd love to have you on my show. And he was taken aback a bit. He was like, okay, let's do this thing. So I had him on my show, and a week later I was on his. Been brothers since.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that I have Rod coming on Thursday morning. I love the fact that when time permits, Rod does hop on the show, and that entire crew has shown nothing but love. So that's another shameless plug. If y'all haven't had a chance, go check out the Rod Peterson show.
Yeah.
But when you find colleagues like that,
Right. Absolutely.
that's in the struggle with you,
Yep.
that's who you latch on to. You don't latch on to the Colin Cowherds and the Stephen A. Smiths because they've already climbed the mountain. You're looking to latch on to people that are climbing the mountain.
Yeah. I like fresh content, man. I like good quality talent. I like stuff that, like, wow, okay, that made me think. Like, I didn't see that perspective, and I love it. Again, I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the locks on the takes, and I just love hearing good content, male, female, you name it. Young, old, I just absolutely love it. Hate to do it. Let me get my sponsors in real quick. We'll be right back more with Mr. Snowman from Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. He's part of the BS3 family. We'll be right back right after this. Again, as I just mentioned, the Cinematic Affair has added an extra showing on Saturday night. So get those tickets now at thecinematicafair.com. thecinematicafair.com. I'm in a movie, and you can check it out Saturday, July 16th. All right, here it is.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
We're going to call this the BS3 Takeover Tuesday, man. I'm telling you.
That's all it is, man.
Yeah, BS3 in the house. I got my brother Snowman on with me right here, man. We're just chopping it up on Talk Your Team Tuesday. Coming back from the break, of course, I have to ask this question of, Golden State Warrior fan. Where does Steph Curry rank in basketball history and legacy? Before you answer, let me just say this. I've got 3 superstars in the NBA. 3. I've got LeBron James. I've got Kevin Durant. Kevin Moore from just a 7-footer that can do all that he can do. He is a game changer. And then I got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Where does Steph Curry now rank in basketball legacy?
Top 5. Top 5, because you said 3 of them right there.
All right.
LeBron, KD, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. You got to put Steph Curry in the current conversation, especially in this era.
Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to ask. Are we talking about now? Or are we talking about overall?
Now.
Okay.
Now.
Got you. So
because
who's
I'm
that?
old as well as old school. A 7-footer. Listen, I love you, KD, but a 7-footer that had a jump shot. Anybody remember Jack Sigma? And that baseline jumper he had with and please bring the back, Seattle Supersonics.
Right. Yep.
7-footer that could shoot, or almost 7-footer that could shoot. How about Tom Chambers?
Sure could.
How about that? Rick Smits.
Yeah.
He had a jump shot. He had a mid-range. The Duncan Dutchman had a mid-range.
Hold on. Mid-range is a bad word in the NBA right now. It's a bad
word. Not for me, it ain't.
Not for me either. Not for me either.
Look, the forwards I grew up watching had a mid-range.
Yeah.
And had a lethal mid-range. I mentioned one of them, Jack Sigma.
Right.
And Sigma extended his career by 5 years in Milwaukee by adding, Lord help us, a 3-point shot.
Hey,
Dale Harris told Sigma, if you're open, take it.
Dude, yeah. Hey, I want to drop this in your spirit real quick. I'm here to tell you, y'all wouldn't have gotten one of those NBA championships if the Rockets had fell in love with a mid-range shot and stopped shooting those threes. They go 0 for 27 from 3. Don't look at me like that. You would have not gotten that title if it hadn't been for them falling in love with the 3-pointer. Come on, say amen.
And y'all would have actually gotten past the Warriors were it not for Mike D'Antoni opening his mouth and putting his foot in it by saying, keep shooting threes. And they played right into Golden State's hands. 4 out of 5 years. 18 Western Conference Finals, up 3-2, had a chance to seal the game in Oakland, up 11 at the half, and they get outscored 64-25 in the second half.
Snowman, I don't like your memory, bro. I don't like your memory. I need you to be off on some of this stuff.
Quite a few people don't like my memory, but facts are facts.
You making it hurt like it was yesterday. I hate that I opened my mouth now.
64-25.
Oh,
and then in games, we know what happened in Game 7. And on that note, I have to take my leave because I'm on my way to the wound center to get my feet wrapped up. But thank you for this time. I love you. I gotta have you back on my show.
Before you go, tell everybody what they can
go to youtube.com/snowmaninthemorning50. That's Snowman in the Morning 50. That's where you can find me. You can also find me here on the BS3 network. Also search Snowman Digital Media, as well as the SDM Sports Network. That's the flagship radio station of Snowman in the Morning. One more final shout. My birthday girl tomorrow, my beautiful wife, Dr. K, celebrates the big 50.
All right. Tell her welcome to the party. It's good in the 50s. It's good.
It's gonna be a party, man. It's gonna be a party. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. God bless you, man.
God bless you. Thank you.
All right. I just love that brother. I mean, great energy, great personality, great show. Y'all check him out. It's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. He's on the BS3 network. And I appreciate him hanging out. I lost track of time getting all excited about trying to get him with the Houston Rockets back in that year when they won 65 games and they were the #1 seed and then blew it in games 6 and 7 to lose to the Golden State Warriors in 2018. Man, I do have some breaking news, but let me take a quick break and I'll come back with the breaking news. Some of y'all probably already heard it, but let me go ahead and break it down. Be right back right after this.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV. All right, back here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E and streaming live on ROKU TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. Again, I want to thank my brother, Brian Snowman, for joining us on the show. Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. You can find him right there on BS3 TV. All right, so it's Talk Your Team Tuesday, and I'm shifting a little bit to talk about a situation that was brought to my attention right before showtime, that the attorney representing all of the women who have filed civil lawsuits against former Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson states that 20 out of 24, I'm going to use his numbers now. I'm going to use his numbers because most recently I thought it was 26. But anyway, 20 out of 24 of the civil lawsuits filed against the former Texan quarterback have been settled. Let me read this article. It is by Sarah Barshop of the Mothership. Says Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson has settled all but 4 lawsuits filed against him, according to attorney you-know-who said in a statement today. Since March 16, 2021, 25 lawsuits have been filed against Watson, alleging sexual assault and other inappropriate behavior during massage session. Of those 25, 1 was dropped by the plaintiff when the judge ruled her petition had to be amended with her name. She didn't want her name out there, so she dropped that. The other 20, the attorney said, have been settled. Let me read his statement, and I quote, "We are working through the paperwork related to those settlements. Once we have done so, those particular cases will be dismissed. The terms and amounts of the settlement are confidential. We won't comment further on the settlement or those cases." That's interesting. I'm not about to make any judgment, but not about to make any statements of guilt or innocence or anything like that. It's just interesting. It's interesting news. Out of all the things I thought I would be talking about today, that's not one of them. That's not one of them. So all but 4 of the cases have been settled. I guess we'll find out if the other 4 can and will be settled in some manner of time. And then from there, what the NFL will hand down as far as a punishment for Deshaun Watson. I know that there are a lot of people, there's an article that's been floating around in the Houston area about the undoing of the Deshaun Watson trade, meaning Cleveland would back out of the deal and he would have to go back to the Houston Texans. And general manager Nick Caserio, first of all, he laughed at it the first time it was asked of, and the second time he basically said it's not going to happen. And I don't know if he was privy to the fact that these cases were being settled,
or if, that was just his statement. The deal is done and, he's not coming back to Houston. So long story short, if you're just tuning in, 20 out of the 24 civil lawsuits for sexual assault and misconduct against former Texan quarterback Deshaun Watson have been settled. And the exact statement from the attorney representing all of the women: we are working through the paperwork related to those settlements. Once we have done so, those particular cases will be dismissed. The terms and the amounts of those settlements are confidential. We won't comment further on the settlement or those cases. End quote. End quote. I'm sure there will be a lot of buzz on social media about, what that means, what it doesn't mean, what it should mean, what should happen, what shouldn't happen. But the powers that be, the NFL, the legal system, those are the ones that are in deliberation or works or what have you, so that we'll know something more once the final 4 cases have been settled and once the NFL makes its final ruling. Cleveland is not working on a new deal with the quarterback. They're working on rehabbing their stadium. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see what they do with their other quarterback, Baker Aloysius Mayfield. So I will, I'm sorry, somebody text me and it's not related to what we're talking about. So I'm letting them know we'll have to talk about that later. So that's what Cleveland has going on. I know y'all don't like to talk USFL, but the USFL 10-game season has come to an end. The USFL 10-game season has come to an end, and the teams that ended up on top, were in the North, the New Jersey Generals, who have a defensive coordinator by the name of Chris. Yeah, I still can coach and hit Dishman, formerly of the Houston Oilers. They were 9-1. And the number 1 team in the South were the Birmingham Stallions. They were 9-1. Their one lone loss came at the hands of the Houston Gamblers, who were terrible. They were 3-7 and in last place in the USFL South. So the teams that are going on to the playoffs are the New Jersey Generals are going to host the Philadelphia Stars, who finished in second place in the North at 6-4. The Birmingham Stallions, 9-1, will take on the New Orleans Breakers, who finished at 6-4. And then the winners will meet for the championship in Canton, Ohio. So we will see how the championship or playoffs for the USFL turns out. As far as the Houston Gamblers go, Kevin Sumlin got to figure it out. He selected and played far too long the wrong quarterback. And, I hate to say it, Kevin Sumlin has made those kind of mistakes before. So I don't think he's going to lose his job after one season in the USFL, but he got to figure the whole quarterback thing out early and get his team to go. They ran the ball well, but, they had to have a guy who could throw the ball well, and they did not. Clayton Thornton was his name, and man, bruh was running around like he was the big man on campus and, yelling back at the coach and not listening to good coaching and things like that. It's one thing when you're doing that in the NFL. It's another thing when you're doing that in the USFL, and they eventually let him go before the end of the season. So, I don't know what to tell him. I hope that he matures and gets himself together, because he'll never make it back to the league. And I'm talking about the NFL with an attitude like that. So, there you go. Keith Hennick said Baker Mayfield won't play for the Browns. I believe you're right, Keith. I don't think that even if Deshaun is suspended for an entire season, I don't think that Baker Mayfield will be the answer there. I don't think that Baker Mayfield. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it'll be Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett has starting experience, started
a game or two for the New England Patriots when he was there, when he and Jimmy Garoppolo and Tom Brady were there. Man, but Jacoby filled in for New England and did well. Also had starting experience with the Indianapolis Colts, was doing okay until he got hurt, then got rushed back, and then didn't do well at all. So, we'll see. We'll see. Willie Gibson says, you are correct, sir. What am I correct about? I don't know what you're saying I'm correct about, and I want to know what I'm correct about, because I'm right every now and then. I'm right every now and then. Take a quick break. I want to come back. Willie's going to tell me what I'm correct about. For those who don't know, the Cinematic Affair has added an extra showing of the premiere of the 3 different movies. There's 3 different movies that will premiere: Book of Aries, The Perry Games, and Soulmates. I'm in Soulmates. So July 16th, there will be 2 showings. You can get your tickets. Don't wait now. That second showing will sell out fast as well. Go to thecinematicafair.com, get your tickets. It's a 3-night event. There's something on Friday. There's the premiere and red carpet on Saturday. And then there is a brunch on Sunday. So come hang out with us. Let's have a good time. I'd love to see you there. I know everybody else will too. Be right back right after this.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV. Man, it's been so long since I've done an hour-long show. I'm tired. Those 30-minute shows were nice. I don't know how the heck I did 2 hours, man. Back in the day, remember a long time ago when I used to do a 2-hour show? Man, what in the world? I was crazy back then. I was young, strong. Vera had more pepper in my beard than salt. Now, man, these hour-long shows, what the heck? Whew. I need to take not a commercial break, but just a break. I'm serious. I ain't Willie Gibson. I'm not a Snowman in the morning, because he does like a 3-hour show, 4-hour show. Man, anybody, I can't do it. Look, I can't wait till Ben Sutter III and the powers that be over at SGA TV say, all right, Doc, 30 minutes. That's all we want. We want just 30 minutes. So anyway, Willie Gibson said I was right about it being Jacoby Brissett and not Baker Mayfield. Yeah, to me, that's a no-brainer. Why would you put Baker Mayfield in and A, mess up your trade value for him, and then B, got a guy out there that is disgruntled, having him trying to lead a playoff quality team? It doesn't make sense. And you can say all day, oh yeah, he's got to have, he's got to be a team player, he's got to be an adult and mature and all that. These guys are human. These guys are human. I'm Baker Mayfield. I don't want to take the field as a Cleveland Brown, knowing, A, that you replace me with a dude with all that kind of baggage like Deshaun Watson. It's one thing to get replaced. It's another thing to get replaced by all of that. So I'm Baker. I can't find my way to the station.
I mean, to the stadium. I can't. That at home with Baker. I'm at home. I'm just not at home at the stadium. I'm not. I can't do it. Jacoby Brissett. I think they brought him in for that very reason. Hindsight being 2020, they brought him in knowing that Baker was going to be done. That they needed a viable starter option at quarterback should Deshaun be punished for the entire season. God forbid 2 seasons. Jacoby Brissett has that kind of starting experience, especially when healthy. So I think that the Cleveland Browns will be just fine, regardless of which way they have to go. If they get to go with Deshaun after 4, 6, 8 games, great. They'll be all right. If they have to go with Jacoby for an entire season, they'll be all right. They'll be competitive. They'll have a chance in the AFC North, and they'll definitely have a chance in the AFC. So that's my thought. Keith Hennig, you are so kind. I love you, man. You all right with me. Keith Hennig said that was the best 2 hours of the day. I missed them. Bro, I'm not old. I just don't have that energy no more, man. I like doing what I'm doing, man. I like doing what I'm doing. If y'all follow me on Facebook, I got a chance to go out to Schulenburg, Texas, and look at where we're doing a movie premiere for a young lady who she put together a really interesting show and a movie, and she shot it in Schulenburg. And I haven't been to Schulenburg in decades. I really only have gone through there. I've never really spent any time in Schulenburg. I had no idea that they have 10 beautiful churches that are designed like you were over in Rome or Paris or some, European country. And they're right there's 10 of them, and they're right there in Schulenburg. I only got to see one, and I took a video of it, and man, I was literally overwhelmed. I was in awe. I grew up Catholic, so it tapped into all of that for me. I felt like I was at the Vatican. I mean, the church was along that line. So I want to go back, grab a weekend, go back and look at the other 9, but I'm also excited about going back and being behind the scenes, behind the camera for this young lady's movie premiere. I want to be behind the scenes and behind the camera like I am on Mondays with Coach Johnny Cole. He is doing a great job, man. I don't tell him what to air. I don't tell him what to say. I don't tell him what guests to bring on. I just produce it. I try to make it look as good as it can, sound as good as it can, and be as good as it can. And I try to put it out on as many platforms as I can. So, that's why I say, if you got show ideas and all that kind of stuff, man, let's get them out there. If I can't handle it, I'll get you over to Ben Sutter III. If Ben don't want it, I'll shop it to other networks, SGA TV. Excuse me. We're all in this together, man. We're all in this together. So, Keith Hennig, you are amazing, brother. He said Red Bull will help you out with that extra hour. I don't even like the taste of Red Bull. Every time that I've tried to drink Red Bull, it didn't go well. It didn't go well. It just doesn't go well for me. Red Bull ain't that thing for me. I know people that, Red Bull and vodka. I've tried that. It just ruins my vodka. And I'm a top shelf dude. I'm that goose. So don't mess up some good goose trying to throw some Red Bull in it. Don't do that. If you're gonna drink vodka and Red Bull, use something like Kettle One. Mess up some bad vodka with some Red Bull, but don't mess up your goose. All right, I'm just letting you know. Those that know. Those that don't know, they don't know. All right. So anyway, we talked about Deshaun Watson. We talked about the USFL. We talked about, of course, the Golden State War. And let me ask you a question. What's wrong with Golden State? What's wrong with Clay, Steph, and Draymond? Why they going off on everybody? I mean, dog, y'all making it real hard to celebrate with y'all. Like, I already didn't like y'all. I had respect for Draymond, the way he handled the whole LeBron thing. Like, why should I be stepping on that man's throat when you got owners up in the box drinking drinks together? I respected that. That changed everything. That, and when Cleveland won the championship, Draymond waited out there on the court to celebrate and to tell LeBron and them congratulations. Steph and Clay ran to the locker room and did the BM. B.M. Y'all know what that is. Again, if you know, you know. If you don't, you know. Don't. But anyway, they did the BM, but Draymond was like, nah, I congratulate them dudes. But now they calling people out. They going after Memphis. Draymond and the blank everybody, blank all y'all. I mean, really? That's what we doing? That's not. Hey, Keith Hennig, no truer words have ever been typed, bro. No truer words have ever been typed. Sometimes you just drop a few ice cubes in it. Sometimes you just let it be in the shot glass by itself, but don't mess it up. It's hard to mess it up. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. But hey, what's wrong with Golden State? And then Klay Thompson going after the dudes from Memphis, and then Steph trying to back up Draymond and Klay. I mean, man, stop. You done won your 4th title in 8 seasons, got a good shot to win your 5th and 9, and all you doing is running around talking about other people. Man, when you the champ, you ain't got to do that. You don't ever hear Mercedes talking about BMW, Lexus, Range Rover. You don't hear them talking about that. They just number one. They just number one. They don't have to talk about 2 through the rest of them. It just don't do that. Yeah, Keith. I'm gonna let Willie. Keith, I'm gonna let Willie tell you what that is. Willie knows. Willie knows. They did the BM. They did the BM. All right, so Houston Astros are in the number 1 spot in the AL West. They're up 10 games on 2nd place. The Los Angeles Angels, they will host the New York Mets tonight and tomorrow. New York, one of the top teams in the American League. In the National League. The Astros are the number 2 team in the American League. The Astros, Yankees, let's do it in order. Yankees, Mets, Astros, top 3 teams in baseball. Top 3 teams in baseball. Yankees, number 1, Mets, number 2, Astros, number 3, top 3 teams in baseball. So it'll be very interesting to see this series with the New York Mets starting tonight, 7:10. Jose Urquidy on the mound for the Stros. So that's going to be an interesting deal. My sincere thoughts and prayers go out to the Lee family. A young man by the name of Darius Lee, 21 years old, was a standout basketball player at Houston Baptist, was shot and killed in New York a couple of days ago in an incident that injured 8 other people. That young man, Darius Lee, was 2nd team All Southland Conference, averaged 18 points per game, but I like what his coach said. Head coach Ron Cottrell said that as great of a basketball player as he was an even better person. So if you are a praying person, positive energy, good thoughts and prayers, send them out to the family of Darius Lee, gone way, way, way too soon. All right. We come to that time where I got to put a bow on it and wrap it up. Keith, I did an hour. Okay. I did an hour. Not doing 2. I did an hour. So Talk Your Team Tuesday. I can't wait for football to start. We will definitely be talking about that. Obviously, the NBA draft is coming up. We'll be talking about that and a whole lot to talk about. So if you want to hit some topics for Talk Your Team Tuesday, send them to me, AJ@JonesMediaandENT.com, AJ@JonesMediaandENT.com. I love getting emails from our listeners, from our viewers. And you can also text stuff to me at 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I absolutely love you. There is nothing you can do about it, but meet me here. Tomorrow I will be not in the studio. We'll probably do a pre-recorded show. I'll be with our brother Chris Gardner from Houston Roundball Review for his mother's Celebration of Life. Celebration of Life service will be tomorrow. So I will be there in support of my brother. So won't be here again. We'll probably do a pre-recorded show. So y'all send good, positive thoughts and prayers out to Chris Gardner as he, as we have the homegoing service for his mother tomorrow. Okay. Again, y'all take care. Love y'all.
Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. Happy first day of summer, everybody. Number one, if it's Tuesday, there are elections going on in a number of states. It's primary day in Virginia and the District of Columbia, with runoff elections in Alabama and Georgia. Among the District of Columbia elections, Tuesday's ballot will feature mayor, primaries for the U.S. House non-voting delegate, and the primary for the U.S. shadow representative. Runoff states include Alabama and Georgia. In Alabama, African-American candidates, State Senator Malika Fortier and Rolanda Flowers, will face off in the Tuesday runoff, and a black woman, no matter who wins, will be running against the Republican governor of Alabama. Number two, on Juneteenth, the White House released a fact sheet detailing how the Biden-Harris administration advances equity and opportunity for Black Americans and communities across the country. The fact sheet begins by reporting that this administration has taken a historic approach to advancing race equity and has diverted every federal agency to focus on the disparities Black people face. It continues to say the administration has delivered real and lasting change and continues to work each day to deliver equitable outcomes and opportunities for Black Americans. Number three, New York City is making a push to give city workers fired earlier this year for not getting the COVID-19 vaccine a chance to get their old jobs back if they get fully vaccinated. In February, Mayor Eric Adams fired more than 1,400 workers who failed to comply with the vaccine mandate put in place by his predecessor, Bill de Blasio. Just short of 600 unvaccinated non-Department of Education workers are receiving a letter with details, and employees are expected to receive a letter later this summer. Number four, the celebration of Juneteenth began after 1865, when a Union general in Texas informed a group of slaves that they were free. Since becoming a federal holiday in June 2021, corporations and retailers have joined the celebration by commercializing products to celebrate the holiday. However, consumers are not happy with these recent rollouts and have voiced their displeasure with retailers for exploiting Juneteenth for profit. Number five, families with children who are adopted or stepchildren who have not legally been adopted may face unique estate planning challenges. Additional consideration must be taken when a family includes an unmarried couple in a long-term relationship and one person has biological or adopted children. Treated as equals, adopted children generally are treated identically to biological children in most situations for estate planning purposes. Read about it in today's newsletter brought to you by Texas CPA Katrina M. Kraft. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Inner peace has nothing to do with outward activity. Inner peace starts with your mindset. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with comedian Damon Williams and political contributor Cameron Riley as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibylWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
BS3 Network. changing the way you watch TV.